What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing wonderful today. Today we're gonna easy. We're gonna go back 2 years ago to my first day in America. Yes, that's the topic for today. First day in America. So, my first day in America was in Anchorage, Alaska. Most of you know, but some of you don't. And let me tell you about that, but let's rewind a little bit before I arrived there. So I went to Belgrade, Nikola Tesla Airport, and I ran into two of my roommates. One is Stefan and the other one is Milan. And uh, we kind of hang out on the airport, and then we flew from Belgrade to Amsterdam. We hang out over there. We had a 2 hour layover, and then we went to Seattle. So actually my first touchdown was at Seattle, and the Seattle airport was like huge, big ass airport, and we had a layover over there. And while we were walking to the TCA or whatever the name is, I got randomly selected to go have a full check and not just like the short check. And those two guys didn't realized that I was selected to go the other way, and while I was going the long way, they already went away, and I was instructed to go forward, like go inside the train, and then exit on whatever terminal I was supposed to exit. But those two guys had a layover route, so they just walk up the stairs to the place we were supposed to wait for the next airport. So I exited the Seattle airport, like I went to the main lobby or whatever you call it, and then I realized I couldn't find them. Like I was hoping they would wait for me, but they didn't. And if you ever got lost in a Seattle airport, it's like getting lost in an unknown city with a 3 or 4 story side. So I was like, shit. And I tried to go back, maybe they were still waiting for me, but they didn't let me go backwards. So I'm like, no problem, just gonna find Alaska Airlines terminal and I'm gonna go to Alaska myself. No problem. There's a big problem. I don't know where it is. So I started walking and walking and walking and walking and walking. There's nobody that works in the airport. Like literally nobody. Other airports have tons of people everywhere. And finally I ran in some stewardess. Doesn't even work for the company. She's like a Chinese lady or whatever. And I'm like, excuse me, miss. And I show her like my ticket where I need to go, and I'm like, can you help me find it? She's like, yeah, go to the third floor. I'm like, okay, thank you. Then I went to the third floor, and then I found somebody. I'm like, excuse me, I need to be over here. I'm kind of late because I have a layover. He's like, yeah, just go over there, and in 30 minutes to 45 you're gonna see a bunch of people there you need to be. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I was like walking. 45 minutes later I ran into Alaska Airlines place where I need to check in. So I did my check-in, I did all this stuff, so everything else was Gucci, and I flew to Alaska. And on the Ted Stevens airport, we went outside, we took our bags, and then we stopped the taxi, and he's like, okay guys, where do you want to go? And none of my roommates remembered the address, but luckily I written it down on a paper like this, and I was like, oh, it's 310 East 45th Avenue, 5B. And he's like, okay. And we closed the door, he locked the door, we started going. He's like, by the way, I'm Albanian. And I'm like, shit, he's gonna kidnap us, he's gonna take our kidneys and sell it on a black market. I was like already nervous. Turned out he was a cool guy, kinda speaks a Serbian a little bit. So at the end we tipped him, and he was like joining from Tudor to Cordova. Then he has to turn the left to the 45th Avenue, and there was like a big empty parking lot, which is our parking lot for that fourplex, and like he was parking there, and my roommate saw a yellow taxi, and since they were expecting us, they stood on the balcony, the three of them. So Ognen, um, Dejan, and Peter, and they started yelling like Serbia, Serbia, and the taxi driver is like, "These guys yours?" And I'm like, "Yes, they are." So that's how we find our place, and I just unloaded my stuff in the room, and then I went outside, and I'm like looking around, and I'm like, this isn't any different than Serbia, but on the other side, it's a totally different feel, look, mood. It's like uh, when I was imagining like as a kid in America, like there's something what I look like, like big houses, big neighborhoods, big backyards, and children running to everybody's backyard, like, and like a community, and it was kind of what I was imagining, but a little bit different. And then we went like to see around Anchorage. So one of the guys uh, showed us where like the um, trail, like which turned out to be one of my favorite places to walk to. Where's the Walmart? Where's this? Where's that? And like he showed us so much, I basically didn't remember anything. And then I started like recording videos for my friends, because like I went to the Fifth Avenue mall. I bought myself like a small phone, like a American phone number, and then I started recording video like, okay, so this is downtown, this is the shopping mall, this is Walmart, this is the land of midnight sun. And like, oh, what's the time over there? I'm like, it's midnight. They're like, no, it is, it's still sun outside. I'm like, I know, but it's midnight. And so that was kind of fun that like the sun didn't even set. Like there was like a 2 hour period where the sun wasn't shining, but it was still light outside. So that was like, so what's the time? I don't know. Like you couldn't do the thing with your fingers, and you have to get used to that feeling, like when it's always sunny outside. That was like my first day, and like didn't feel like America, but on the other side it did feel. And what I usually do here in Serbia, I like look at the people, and I try to guess whether Serbian or Hungarian just based on their body language. And since I didn't adjust to being in America yet, I still like didn't believe, like I literally didn't believe that I was in America. Like I knew I was on a plane, I knew I spent 24 hours flying, but I did not believe. Like for the first week, I'm like, no, I don't believe it. And I was like looking at people, I'm like, oh, they're Serbian or they're Hungarian. I'm like, I couldn't tell which one they are. And when I hear them talking English, I'm like, yeah, because they're American. Like that's why you couldn't figure it out. That was kind of like funny for me, that I was trying to figure out who they are. And yeah, like that's what I have to share, and hopefully I'll have more time to share about my American experience, because like there are some crazy thing happening. Like I don't talk about them because they're like so crazy you wouldn't believe me that they are true. And but here I'm gonna share it, and if you do believe, cool. If you don't, like I don't care. And that's what I have to say. And if you like my American experience and would like to hear more, give that a thumbs up. And then if you want to subscribe, press this button over here, and latest video right over here. Okay, cool. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.